Welcome friends to another video. Welcome to a review this time around. And today I'm going to talk about a fragrance that I honestly hate. This is the truth. I cannot stand this fragrance. It's so bad. It's so poorly made. It's so low quality because it's a niche fragrance and I expect only quality. The fragrance is called Etruscan Water from Francesca Bianchi. Yeah, this is a fragrance that I cannot understand. It's so bad. It's so low quality when it comes to the ingredients used in this composition. It lacks originality, it lacks performance, and honestly, this is a fragrance which every time that I wore it on my skin gave me the impression that I want to throw up. This is how bad it is for me, Etruscan water. Don't get me wrong, I like, not really loving, but I like Francesca Bianchi. I love her compositions, but this one is something that I wouldn't recommend buying. It's trying too hard to emulate the classical men fragrances, the macho fragrances from the 60s, the 70s, the 80s. It tries to go the way of Yves Saint Laurent, Kouros, Dracar Noir from Guy Laroche, Azzaro, and what else. And it fails. It fails because it lacks the quality. It lacks the quality of the ingredients, but also it lacks the performance. And I honestly don't understand why this fragrance is so highly recommended by everyone in the online. I even went on that website called Fragrantica and looked at the comment section, and I started laughing while I was wearing the fragrance because I didn't get why people are so excited about this one. This one smells really bad. Also, I have fragrances in my collection that smell almost identical like this one. They showed up on the market a lot more earlier than this one, and they are of higher quality. For example, Eau de Ile from Maître Parfumeur et Gantier, which smells almost identical to Etruscan water. But that one came to the market in 1988. So, if I'm not mistaken, 20 years prior to Etruscan water. Also, this one tries to emulate in some ways Palais Jamais from Etro. Again, it fails. And I'm going to tell you why. Because I need to talk about the composition of this fragrance. We have bergamot, we have green tangerine, grapefruit, petitgrain, basil, immortelle, jasmine, musk, ambergris, labdanum, vetiver, and oak moss. Oh yeah. Yeah. So Francesca Bianchi tried to emulate the old classics, the old aromatic fougere fragrances for men, and as I said, it failed. The oak mass in this one is so bad, it's so disgusting, it's so synthetic, it's so artificial that it simply makes me throw up. And this compared to Palais Jamais from Metro, well, there is no comparison. Because in Palais Jamais, you have the real thing, the real oak mass. While in this one, you get a super extra mega synthetic one combined with a very nasty synthetic musk. And also, because I'm a big fan of basil in fragrances, even the basil is very synthetic in Etruscan water. Speaking about the citruses, well, they are quite non-existent, if you ask me, mainly because you just get a very, very small hint. And remember, you have petitgrain, you have bergamot, you have grapefruit, you have green tangerine, but they are nowhere to be found, actually. You just get a very, very small hint covered up by the huge blast of synthetic basil combined with vetiver, combined with the mega synthetic oak mass and the very animalic synthetic musk. I honestly do not understand why this creation exists in Francesca Bianchi's portfolio and why did she ever create this mess? Because this is a mess. It smells bad. It really smells bad. You also, supposedly, you have Immortelle. I quite love Immortal in my fragrances, and I quite have a lot of fragrances with this note, and I truly love them and appreciate them. There is no Immortal to be found in Etruscan water. Also, this is not a summer fragrance, people. This is a fragrance that you can actually wear throughout cooler days in spring, fall, and winter time. I wouldn't wear this one in summertime, even if I got paid. Honestly. Because it's simply disgusting. This is the truth. Also, I've seen this fragrance to be marketed as a summer freshie and hyped to the roof by a lot of people in the online, on YouTube, for example, highly recommending this fragrance to be a summer freshie. No, no, thank you. I wouldn't wear this one in summer. Yeah, maybe spring, maybe fall, maybe winter, and I'm saying maybe because most definitely I would not wear this one because I simply cannot stand it. I cannot stand the low quality that it provides. And we get to the performance actually, where it's very, very interesting also, because you get a huge blast from this fragrance in the first 2.5 hours with very strong projection, very good sillage. And at the 2.5 hour mark, this fragrance simply drops in performance. It simply becomes a skin scent. And actually, that's when I almost start to enjoy the fragrance. Because in the beginning, it's very harsh, it's very abrasive, it's very stingy to your nose. So after the 2.5 hour mark, it simply drops suddenly and becomes a skin scent. Therefore, lacking in projection and in sillage, but for me, this isn't a bad thing. Overall, with my usage, I got 7 to 8 hours of longevity. And projection-wise and sillage, I would say moderate. This is a male scent. I wouldn't see a woman wearing this one. I would find it very disgusting, to be actually honest with you, to see a woman wearing Etruscan water, sorry, not weather. And unfortunately, I cannot recommend it for different scenarios, for different occasions and whatnot. Because I simply cannot stand this fragrance. At the moment that you're gonna see this video, this bottle, it's already sold, and that's because I don't want it in my collection. I simply do not want this type of fragrance in my collection. I truly appreciate quality, and I do not buy and do not add in my collection this type of things, especially that they are not cheap. Francesca Bianchi is not a cheap house. Therefore, I cannot recommend it. I do not recommend it and never will recommend this particular fragrance from Francesca Bianchi. It simply lacks the quality, it lacks the originality, there is no uniqueness to it, the performance is just meh, and it's not worth your money. But still, if you are curious, try to purchase a sample, wear it a couple of times on your skin, see if you like it, I don't know. See if it works for you. I don't know, and honestly, I don't care. But the main thing is purchase it only based on your own conclusions. That's the whole thing. This is a big no for me. Therefore, I'm very unimpressed with this creation from Francesca Bianchi. I don't get the hype that it's getting in the online. And after wearing it a couple of times, and testing it and giving it time to, let's say, to surprise me in a positive manner, I can honestly come and tell you, do not buy this fragrance. See you in the next one. As always, my friends, be safe, be good, and remember, smell good in order to feel good.